gets a tremendous ovation as his name is mentioned. The southpaw, he's going to come up with a screwball. He's warned tennis right now. That'll be something on it. Meanwhile, this is taking place. Billy Martin and Dick Williams conferring with the umpires down at the home plate area. The coaches, of course, for the Tigers. Joe Schultz will be coaching at third base. Dick Krasuski at first base. And for the Oakland Athletics, it'll be Noren coaching at third base. While Jerry Adair will be the coach at first base. He was a good 20 feet over the head of Kenneth. Ball rolling out by third base. A reminder here, as we talk about so many times when we're out here to broadcast, especially the night games, how he did not see the long ball hit at the Coliseum at night. This does not hold true during the afternoon. And daylight baseball, the ball will carry and can get out of here in good fashion during afternoon play, which we have going today. Talking about the home runs, in 12 previous games between these two clubs, the Tigers managed 11 home runs off the Oakland pitching. And on the other hand, it was the A's battering out 16 home runs in 12 games off of Tiger pitching. A reminder, too, now, if you go back to the past 3 years of this playoff setup, that no Western team has ever won a single game in the championship series. Going back to 1969, Minnesota lost 3 straight to Baltimore. And that same story, the script was held true in 1970, when Minnesota lost 3 straight to Baltimore. Last year, the A's arrived on the scene after winning the Western Division title, and they were swept by the Baltimore Orioles. That was in 1971. So, besides victory for the Eastern Division to get into the World Series, you also have to figure the Tigers trying to slam the door on the Western team, the A's, as no Western team has ever won a game in this playoff setup. Hunter, as you know, a right-hander. Smolik, the left-hander. Again, defensively for the A's. Tennis behind the plate. Hunter is his pitcher. It'll be Bando at third base. Capiter at the short. Dick Green at second. Epstein at first. In left field, Joe Rudy. Reggie Jackson in center field. Matty Alou in right field. Dick McAuliffe will start it off for the Tigers. We get all set now for game number 1 of the championship series. Here to describe it, Ernie Harwell.
Thank you, Ray. McAuliffe looks to the strike. We're underway. Catfish Hunter got a fastball across on leadoff man McAuliffe, who's batting .240. The outfield around the right on Mac. Now the athletic right-hander delivers. It's a curve. It's outside, and the count is even 1-1. Sun's out right now. We've had overcast skies off and on. It would be classified, I'd say, as partly sunny right now. There's a fastball wide, and Mr. Flaherty says the count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Dick McAuliffe. Bando at third, Campaneris at short, Green at second, Epstein at first in the infield. Cut and a miss by McAuliffe, and the count 2-2. Hunter got a high, hard one in close. Epstein is deep at first base and over near the line. Now McAuliffe digging in again. We're just underway in Oakland, the first of the American League Championship Series. There's a high foul. It'll be out of play behind the screen and back into the seat. Gentleman from Alameda caught that one. 2-2 the count on McAuliffe. In the outfield for the A's, Rudy in left, Jackson in center, and Alou in right. Well, the catcher is Kenneth. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on the fastball. Hunter gets McAuliffe on strike. Here's Al Kaline, the 20-year veteran for the Tigers, now stepping in with a .313 batting mark. Al's best average since 1961 when he batted .324. He takes the strike. Hunter's fastball something above the knee. One out and nobody on. We're just away in Oakland. Cut and he missed on a breaking ball. Strike two to count on K-Line. Catfish Hunter into action again. One out, nobody on. There's a high fly ball down the right field line coming over his Zulu. It's going foul and will be just out of play in the seat. Backing up a little bit more at third base now. During the regular season, the Tigers won 4 in our state against the A's. 2 victories here against 4 defeats, the same mark back in the Tiger Stadium. A's the only team in the league to hold an edge for the season of the Tigers. Rounding ball foul down past Coach Joe Schultz. Now the count will stay on K-Line at strike two. Tigers won 5 of their last 6 games in the regular campaign, you remember, and 9 of their last 13. As their hitting picked up measurably in those final weeks. No score here, first inning, 1 out, nobody on. There's a curve that misses the outside corner, 1-2. Sunny now in Oakland. Here's the pitch by Hunter. K-Line fouls it away. Back into the upper deck. A line drive behind the plate upstairs. Here's the motion now. The pitch on the way. He swings. There's a fly ball to left. Rudy is there waiting. Makes the catch. 2 down. And Duke Sims, who contributed so much with his bat in the stretch drive of the Tigers, ready to step in. The left-hand batting catcher. Duke in 38 games for the year batted .316. To go to work, 2 out, nobody on. Tigers at bat in the first, and there's a curveball low to the Duke, ball 1. McCall is struck out. K-Line flied to left. That's where we are now in Oakland. The battle has just started. Sims takes strike called between the belt of the knees. 1-1 on Duke. Weather has been fantastic out here since the Tigers arrived on Thursday. They say that October is the greatest time, weather-wise, of the year. There's a ball in too close. He curved him and jammed him. 2-1 the count on Sims. First 2 Tigers, 1 out. No score, first inning. Catfish Hunter on the mound for the A's. Pitches. Sims hits a high foul. It will be well out of play. Upstairs, back at third. 2-2, the count of the Duke. Hunter back off the slab to rub up the ball a little bit. Here's another foul. This one will be out of play upstairs. Well, Sims let us know right away that he was going to be a very important factor in the Tiger stretch drive, the first game ever played in the short uniform. Had a home run and an 11th-inning single off Gaylord Perry. Helped the Tigers snap a 4-game losing streak. Here's a pop-up back at third. Bando going back. Cappy is going for it, and Capaneris makes the catch in foul territory. Good play by Cappy. He had a long way to go. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And at the end of a half inning, Detroit nothing, Oakland coming to bat. Well, Well, the A's coming to bat now. No score last half of the first, and Cappy Campaneris will lead off against Mickey Lolich. It'll be Lou and Rudy to follow. And Mr. Lolich, the Tiger left-hander, 22-game winner, taking his tune-up tosses. We'd like to salute Mrs. Anna Suchok, 93 years old on this date. She's the mother of the ex-Tiger, Steve Suchok. And we appreciate her loyalty to the Tigers. Well, here's the man that Johnny Metro was talking to us about on our pregame show. He says that you've got to try to keep Campaneris off the bases. If you give him a walk, that's as good as a two-base hit because he'll run. The leading base stealer in the league, Cappy Campaneris, right-hand batter, batting mark 236. And Lolich about ready to go to work. The Tigers did not get a man on against Catfish Hunter in the first half of the first inning. And Campaneris fouls it away. It'll be out of play, back into the seat. Native of Cuba, Mr. Campaneris makes his home in Missouri now, Walker, Missouri. Outfield is straight up. Rodriguez is in close at third in case he wants to try to butt his way on. He'll do it once in a while. Batting bent at the knees at a crouch. Here's the pitch. He takes the ball low. It almost hit him around the feet. And the count on Cappy, 1-1. This is his 9th year with the Athletics. Campaneris, he was with them when they were the Kansas City Athletics. Times in 8 years he's led the league in stolen bases. Here's a fly ball to right. Kaline backing up is there. Makes the catch, one away. And here comes Matty Alou, the little left-hand hitting outfielder whom the A's obtained from the Cardinals back in late August for Bill Boston, a minor league player. Appeared in 32 ball games for the A's and batted .281. When he left the National League, he was batting .314. In fact, he has a lifetime average well over the 300 mark. He swings a bounding ball, hits the cash, easy play for Norman, and they're 2 away. 2 up and 2 down as Alou bounces out to Storm and Norman Cash. And the batter will be Joe Rudy, who probably gives the Tigers as much trouble as anybody in this batting order. Right-hand hitting outfielder, Mr. Rudy, stepping in to face Mickey Lolich. Rudy for the year batted .305, up among the leaders. He had 19 home runs and 75 RBIs. Joe worked very hard last winter, working with weights. He reduced his own weight about 15 pounds. Decided he'd go to a lighter bat for the 1972 season, and it paid off for him. He was 6th on the American League hitting list this year. Swings it, it's a foul fly out of play. Rudy and Campaneris each had the hitting streak 17. Other 2 years, Rudy had to leave the ball club time and again for military obligations. This year he didn't have to do that. With the team all season long. 2 out, nobody on, no score, first inning. Lolich delivers a fastball in too close on Joe. Rudy 1-1 to count on Joe. Horton in left field, Northrop in center, Kaline in right for the Tigers. The infield has Rodriguez at third, Brinkwood at short. McCall at second and Cash at first. The catcher Sims, and on the mound, Mickey Loach. Rudy swings, line drive, right field. Here's Kaline making the catch for the out. The side retired 1-2-3. So each team goes down in order in its first inning, and at the end of one, Detroit nothing, Oakland nothing.
Dick Fruhoff is a young Buick dealer with young ideas about being a Buick dealer to believe in.
breaker. Mr. Desmond tells us that Frank Howard made it. We've got the world's largest cheerleader in the dugout now, so that ought to straighten things out a little bit. Here's Norman Cash batting against Catfish Hunter. And the Stormer takes the ball outside. Ball one, the count on Cash. No score. Each team went out 1-2-3 in its opening inning. Hunter coming right back, and the pitch is swung on and missed by Norm. 1-1, the count on him. Cash, the home run leader on the Tigers, 22. 61 RBIs. Batting .259 for the year. Outfield deep to right, the infield back. Here it comes. He takes a breaking ball outside. 2-1, the count on Cash. Norman made the All-Star team this year, the fourth time he's made it in his American League career. There's a drive to right. It's deep, going back to Lou, and it is gone. A home run for Cash. The Tigers take the lead on a line drive over the right field fence up to that of Norman Cash. That's his first home run since the 13th of August. It comes at a very propitious moment, puts the Tigers in the lead 1-0 in the second inning of the American League Championship Playoff Series. Game number 1. And Norman's home run will give Mr. Robert H. Cantrell of Dorothy Street in Detroit 2 barrels of Marathon gasoline. And the Tigers lead it 1-0 with Willie Horton coming to bat. That was a line drive that cleared the barrier down in the right field corner. It's a strike call on Willie, a breaking ball over. Horton with a .231 batting mark. Tigers lead on the homer by Cash, 1-0. Second inning in Oakland. Swing, there's a drive to left. Backing up is Rudy. He's there, makes the catch. Ball hit hard, but right in the glove of the left fielder, Joe Rudy. That'll make it 1 down, 1 run in, and the batter will be center fielder Jim Northrup. Jim with a batting mark of .261. Well, the first hit of the game goes all the way. A homer off the bat of Norman Cash. Outfield will play Northrup just about straight away. He takes a strike delivered by Catfish Hunter. Northrup had 8 homers and 42 RBIs, .261 hitter. There's a curve. He looks at it for a strike. Strike 2, the count on the slammer. Pittsburgh beat Cincinnati in their National League Championship Series first game, 5-1 this afternoon. There's a line shot to left, a low liner between Capaneris and Bando, fielded by Rudy in left field, and skidding to stop after a turn at first base is Northrup. The second Tiger hit, and the batter will be Rodriguez. And before he steps up, let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
WJR Detroit. Be your own furniture comparison shopper. Compare Art Van's prices, name brands, and immediate free delivery anywhere. You'll discover a simple truth. There's no comparison.
Get too close and put your hands over your ears.
Rodriguez hits a fly ball to right. It's curving foul and out of play. Strike 1. Northrup on at first, and holding over there with him is Mike Epstein. It's the bounding ball to Capaneris, maybe 2. Over to Green for 1. Rita to first. Safe at first base. The throw from Green to Epstein, not in time to double up Rodriguez. So it'll be a force out at second base. Capaneris to Green, erasing Northrup from the bases. And Ed Brickman will be the batter. Eddie batting .203.
Tiger game, all 156 of them. And what a job he did. He swings at the drive to center field. Jackson is there and makes the catch. Seemed to misjudge it slightly for a moment, and then recovered to grab it for the out. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 man left at the end of an inning and a half in Oakland. The Tigers won the Athletic 70. A home run by Cash, giving the Tigers the lead here, 1-0, as the A's come to bat against left-hander Lolich of the Tigers in the second, and Reggie Jackson, their cleanup man, will be the first batter. Left-hander batting Jackson ready to step in now. Lolich taking a lot of time. He's scraping around out of the mound. Jackson hitting .265 in the regular season, had 25 home runs. Here's a strike called on Reggie, a fastball across. He's tied for second on the club, and the runs batted in with 75. Lolich's curve is wide, and the count on Reg is even at 1-1. 1-0 Tigers lead, riding to that lead on a home run by Norman Cash in the first half of this inning, the second. And Jackson leading off the last half of the second takes a strike. That makes it a 1-2 count on Reggie Jackson, the athletic center fielder. Pitched more than 300 innings and won more than 20 for the second straight year for the Tigers. Bounding ball hits back to Lolich. It hits him, bounds away toward the third base side. Jackson is safe at first base. And Bill Beam already out of the Tiger dugout. The fine Tiger trainer coming out along with Willie Martin. Not quite sure where the ball hit Lolich. It seemed to be maybe the chest or the stomach, or maybe he got his arm up in time. He does not seem to be seriously hurt. What do you think, Raymond?
He might have got his glove on it just a little bit, then came up and got him maybe off that very well-talked-about tummy, the stomach. Thank goodness, though, I think he got the glove down. Just may come off the heel of the glove. Had he not, he might have been hurt.
Well, the best indicator we have is that Bill Dean and Billy Martin didn't stay out there too long. It seems that he is not seriously hurt. Here's Sal Bando, the third baseman, batting .236 for the completed season. Hit 15 homers and had 78 RBI. Lolich now going to the step position, the first time he's had a man on base. Here's a high fly ball hit down into the left field corner. Horton is under it, makes the catch, and staying at first is Reggie Jackson. The throw comes in on one hop to second base from the corner. So Bando hits a high fly to deep left in the corner and is retired. Mike Epstein, the left-hand batting first baseman, has finally convinced the manager that he does not have to be platooned and he can stay in there against left-hand pitchers. Steps up now to face Lolich. Epstein hit .270 for the season. Here's a curve from Mickey outside on Epstein, ball one. Last time Lolich beat the A's was 1971, April. They beat Rollie Fingers 10-2. He's won 2 games at this ballpark. 1-0. Tigers lead them. The A's have a man at first base, Reggie Jackson, good runner. And Epstein takes a half cut. It's ruled the ball as he checks his swing in time. 2-0 the count on him. Bright and sunny now. The temperature when the game started, 74 degrees in Oakland. Rodriguez very wide of the bag at third. On the left side batting Mike Epstein. Here's the set by Lolich. The pitch. And Mike takes another wide one. This is the curve. 3-0. That's the count on him. It's 270 for the season. He led the team in home runs, Epstein did, with 26. There's a ball. He walked in. So Lolich with 4 pitches walked Epstein. Put a man at second. Jackson man at first. Epstein. And the batter will be the catcher Gene Tenace. Tenace. Tenace batted .225 in the season. Is home in Lucasville, Ohio. Gene Tenace, right-hand batter, standing deep. The infield and double play depth on him. Tigers lead 1-0 on the home run by Cash. We're in the second inning. First of the playoff series. Here's the slow curve. It's outside for Mickey Lolich. Tenace, one-time infielder, outfielder, turned catcher. Been up and down with the Athletics Ball Club ever since 1969. Rodriguez deep at third now, fairly near the line. The outfield is around toward left. There's a ball in close, the fastball, 2-0. Many times when Lolich has too much stuff on the ball, when he's strong, that's when his control will suffer. The ball will take off a little more than he expects it to or wants it to. Now the Athletics fans trying to cop up a rally here. The Tigers lead them 1-0 in the early part of the game, second inning, but they've got 2 men on and 1 man out. Lolich kicks and deals. Here's a high foul fly. It'll be out of play, back of the plate. Time out. Lolich won a big one. He beat the Red Sox in Detroit 4-1. Beat John Curtis. Struck out 15 that night. Nick had his best record by far at home, though. He won 14-4 at home. It was 8-10 on the road for him. Epstein on first base. Jackson on second. And Lolich takes his time, sets it in his tennis, looks at it. Strike! A fastball in the inside corner. 2-2 the count on Gene. Wind is blowing out. It seems to be changing directions a little bit. Now it seems to be more to right. Almost straight away at the plate. Jackson not getting much of a lead at second. Brickman keeping an eye on him. Epstein gets a larger lead at first base. Sets the pitch. He takes the ball in close. A curve down around the ankle. So now it's 3-2 with 2 men on and 1 man down. Pitch is swung on, hit deep to left. There goes Horton back. He's there, makes the catch in the corner. The runners have to go back, and Willie fires the ball into Brickman on 1 hop. The relay man, the runners hold on. They're 2 out and 2 on. Ball hit rather hard in the corner, but Willie got over and gloved it. And that will bring up Dick Green, the second baseman. Unless we get a pinch hitter, that's been a move that Dick Williams has been making from time to time. It'll be Mangual to come into bat for him. Williams has used a fluid platoon system at his second base position. He'll start one man and then pinch hit for him the first time. And then go on from there, moving as many bodies as he can in from time to time through the game.
Ernie, they had one game before the end of the regular season where they ended up having 7 men play second base, and 2 of those men were catchers.
Well, he's got them outnumbered anyway, hasn't he? Mangual, Angel Mangual, the batter. 246. He's the fellow who mixed it up with Bill Slayback back in Detroit in the regular season. 2 on and 2 down, 1-0. The Tigers in the lead. And Mangual takes a curve in close, ball 1 on the young man from Puerto Rico. Came from the Pittsburgh organization in the Mudcats Grant deal late 1970. And he's got a brother in the Montreal system, Brother Jose. 1-0, Tigers lead them. Mangual, the batter, standing deep, waiting on left-hander Lolich. Step the pitch. It's a curve in too close. 2-0 on Mangual. Working deliberately with the same deliberation that he used in that big battle that he won from Boston at Tiger Stadium. 2 on, 2 out. Tigers lead 1-0 in the second. And Mangual, tired of waiting on Mickey, steps away from the plate. Here's the step now by the Tiger left-hander. The pitch is swung on and beaten foul over toward the Tiger dugout. Jackson, the runner at second for the A's. Epstein, the man at first base. Tigers got a home run off the bat of Cash, leading off in the second. That's the score of the game so far. 1-0 favor Detroit. On the infield laying back, they can play the ground ball anywhere. Mangual waiting on a slow working left-hander Mickey Lolich. Here's the pitch. He swings and there's a tapper hit to Rodriguez. He short hops the ball, fires it to first, in time to Cash. A good play. He had to hurry that throw because of the speed of Mangual. And the side retired. So the Oakland A's, no runs on 1 hit to no errors. 2 left at the end of 2. The Tigers won Oakland 0. Here's Mickey Lolich now to face Catfish Hunter in the Tiger third. A home run by Cash, the difference in the ball game. The Tigers lead them 1-0. And Mick takes a strike call. Well, we had a call from Lynn Nash and Mike Bush up at Northern Michigan University, wishing the Tigers well. All the gang up there rooting for the Tigers. As they pop between first and home, foul ball. Epstein makes the catch for the out. Lolich fouls out to Epstein, and there's 1 away. The batter will be McAuliffe, who struck out to start the game. We'd like to salute Henry Grilliot of Muskegon, celebrating birthday number 103, and a great Tiger fan for many years. Just about my golf score yesterday. There's a high foul out of play, back of the plate. The rest of us were working. Working? Don't use that word now, Ray. You know better than that. We're allergic to that. Matt takes a fastball outside, 1-1. Well, I'll tell you what happened. Barney Lee, the ex-Detroit, had some money to give away, and I figured I might as well take it. It's all good. Now, Miss Flaherty goes out to pick up a hot dog wrapper. Keep America beautiful. Here's the windup now, the pitch. Swing and a miss by McAuliffe, 1-2. Cash's home run put the Tigers in front. They lead by that margin right now, 1-0 in the third. Mack takes the ball high, make it a 2-2 count on Dick McAuliffe. Tigers have 2 hits for home run by Cash and a single by Northrup. Catfish Hunter from Carolina ready to go to work. There's a cut and a miss. He struck him out for the second time. Down. The base is empty. Here's Al Kaline, who hit a drive to left field that Rudy caught the first time he batted. Outfield deep to left on Al. 1-0. The Tigers lead them on the Cash homer. Catfish's curve is high and tight. Ball 1. Bright and sunny again in the Oakland Coliseum. Here's a fastball low, making a 2-0 count on Kaline. Senator Get-Well greetings from the Tigers to Mr. Dave Gordon in the hospital at Pontiac, Michigan. He's from Kalamazoo. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Kaline swings and misses. The count on Al, standing deep in the batter's box. Infield back now with nobody on it, 2 down. The Catfish goes to work, working rather quickly. There's a tap, a hit slowly toward Bando. He gloves it. Here's the flip over to Epstein in time to start out 1, 2, 3. And at the end of 2 1/2 innings, it's Detroit 1 and Oakland nothing. We'd like to salute Mr. Bud Lyons of Detroit, celebrating a birthday a couple of days ago, but we didn't get the notification in time. And Angelica Taddy of Warren, we would like to send get well wishes to, and hope she's up and at them real soon. By the way, from Berkeley, California, 2 ex-Detroiters sending their best back to the folks back home, Bill and Margaret Pickard. And the same from Lou and Ruth Dubiak of Ferndale, Michigan, out here to try to root the Tigers in. All right, now the Tigers have a 1-0 lead over the rivals from Oakland. And Jim Hunter, the pitcher, will lead off against Mickey Lolich. Last half the third inning getting underway. Mick delivers, and Hunter, pretty good hitting pitcher, takes the ball high. Ball 1 on Catfish. Batted .219 in the regular season. Swing and a miss on a high hard one. 1-1 the count on Catfish Hunter.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Pretty good turnout here this afternoon, but far from the filled the Coliseum. Into the action. There's a bounding ball to the right side. McAuliffe backs up, has the hop, deep at second. Throw to first, he got him. Not too tough a play for Mack. And there's 1 up and 1 down. 1 hit off Lolich so far. Leadoff single to the second by Reggie Jackson, and he also walked the man Epstein. Here's Campaneris, who hit a fly ball to Kaline in right field his first trip. Campy Campaneris. Here's the strike call. Well, we've got a couple of gentlemen, I guess they're gentlemen, just as the Tigers wandering through the stands, and they're getting a little bit of a verbal going over from the Athletic fans. They're headed down toward the Tiger dugout now. There's a pitch in too close.
Well, they got to take a seat down there. They got good seats, I'll say that for them. There's a pitch in too close. 2-1, the count on Campaneris. Casey's single thrown out the first ball was really a sketchy. Milked that for all the dramatic effect possible for about 5 minutes, I think. Cappy waits on a 2-1 delivery. Here it comes. He takes the ball in close, 3-1. Well, you heard Charlie Metro say on our Tiger Beach show that the Tigers did not want to walk Campaneris because he's so adept at running those bases. Well, now Lolich, whether he wants to or not, is behind 3-1 on Cappy. He'll be followed by Matty Alou. Now they wind up by Mick. The pitch, he got it over. Strike 2. 3-2 the count. By Mickey, and the pitch on the way. He did walk him. It was a high curve outside, and Campy got the walk. The leading base fielder in the league on first, and a very adept number 2 hitter up there, Matty Alou. He can bump the ball. He can hit behind the runner. He hits out of a chopper many, many times. He's a left-hand batter. Cash comes over to talk to Lolich, and Sims goes off the mound. Matty Alou has one of the finest lifetime averages in baseball right now, 310 in 13 years. And when he left the Cardinals this year in August, he was hitting 314 for this season. He was in the World Series with the San Francisco Giants back in 62. He was in a playoff with the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1970. And a one-time pitcher for a very brief spell when he was with the Giants. Matty Alou. 5 feet 9 inches tall, slightly built. Here's the set now by Lolich, and he throws to first to keep Campy close. Cappy stole 52 bases in the regular season. Edges off, doesn't go. The pitch is outside. Ball 1. Rodriguez laying in close in case Matty Alou wants to try to lay one down. Tigers lead 1-0 on the home run by Cash. It came in the second inning here in Oakland. First of the playoff series. Cash trying to keep Campy close. He's edges off another step or so. And there's a fly ball to right field, not deep. Here comes Kaline digging hard. Can't make the catch. Plays it on one out. Campy goes to third. The throw is not in time. He's in the safe. Kaline got the ball as quickly as he could on one hop, but Campaneris, his speed, sent him safely into third base on a single by Matty Alou. Sort of a triple for Matty Alou hit. Dropped the ball in front of the right fielder, Kaline, for a single, and his teammate, Campaneris, moves on into third. A man on first, and a man on third now. The largest stress that the A's had put on. They had runners at first and second with one out in the second inning. Now they've got runners at first and third, and a very fine runner at third with one out here in the third inning, and the top hitter, Joe Rudy, at the plate. Now the Tigers are going to play their infield in a double play depth. They'd like to get that ground ball to Brinkman and McCullough and try for a double play. They've got Alou at first base and Campaneris at third. The Tigers lead 1-0 in the third inning. Pittsburgh beats Cincinnati in the National League Championship game number 1 by a score of 5-1. Rudy swings and misses on a fastball around the knees. Strike 1 to count on Joe. First time up, he flied to Kaline in right. Oh, there are 2 hits now on each side. And the Tigers have a 1-0 lead, but the A's have the tying run at third in Campaneris. Man on first is Matty Alou. It's a curve in low, and they count 1-1 now on Joe Rudy. Seems to be blowing out from the plate toward left now. Sunshine has deserted us for the moment. Campaneris coming down the line slightly from third base. Matty Alou with a fair-sized lead off first where Cash is holding on the bag. Rudy waiting at the plate with a 1-1 count on him. And Lolich working deliberately goes to the set, delivers. Here's a high fly ball. Deep center that'll score a run. Northrop backing up. He's there, makes the catch. Here's the tag by Campaneris. He's coming home to score and tie the game, and holding at first is Alou. It'll be a sacrifice. The game tied 1-1. Rudy hits a high fly to deep center, picked off by Northrop. Campaneris scored easily after the catch. Oh, the batter will be Reggie Jackson, and the game tied 1-1. Reggie singled in the second, hit a ball that came back from the mound and hit Lolich. Left-hand batting Jackson, waiting on the left hand, pitching Lolich, and it's a ball outside on Reggie, ball 1. Homer in the second. The Tigers led 1-0. Now in the third inning with 1 out, Campaneris walked, stood on a single by Alou, and scored on a sacrifice off the bat of Rudy. Runner goes, pitches hit up the middle. It'll be a base hit on hit. Alou returning second, hits the third. Norman has the ball now, fires back in the middle of McAuliffe, and there are runners at first and third with 2 down. The next batter will be Bando. Reggie Jackson, 2 for 2 this afternoon. 1-1. The game tied of the A's continue to threaten. Bando had a fly to left field deep where Willie Horton caught it in the second inning. Young man who grew up in the Cleveland area is Sal Bando. Infield laying back. They can play a ground ball to second and the first. 2 out, 2 men on. Alou at third. Jackson at first base. Cash holding on the bag with Reggie. Three hits now for the A's. 2 of them belong to Reggie Jackson. There's a ball high. Sims had to reach up and glove that. Mac Epstein waiting at the on-deck circle. Game tied 1-1, third inning. The A's picked up a run to tie it here. Alou drifting down the line from third base a little bit. Lolich kicks and delivers a ball high. That's ball for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
This is WJR Detroit. Impressive savings on furniture are yours right now in every one of the 12 Art Van furniture stores during their autumn action sale. And immediate free delivery is included.
Waiting at the plate is Bando on a 2-0 pitch. Here it comes. He takes the strike. 2-1 on Sal. Along with Ray Lane, this is Ernie Harwell. We're in Oakland with the Tigers. The Tigers and the A's are tied 1-1 in the third. Oakland threatening with 2 out, 2 on. They've got a man at first. That's Jackson, and the man at third is Matty Alou. At the plate at the moment is Bando with a 2-1 pitch coming up from Lolich. And he takes the strike. It's even at 2-2. Taking his time. Bando spreading out at the plate, better than ease. Back foot almost on that rear chalk line of the batter's box. It's a 2-2 pitch coming. He takes the high one, ball 3. That fastball especially taking off a Lolich, and it's been missing the plate for him. Mostly, I'd say, toward the inside on the right-hand batter. 1-1 tie. 2 on for the A's. They've got 2 down to the third. And we wait on the full count pitch to Bando. Here it comes. He swings, and there's a fly ball hits the center field. Norfolk coming into left center is there. Makes the catch, tried to retire. Lolich gets out of any further trouble. The A's do pick up a run on a walk, single, and a sacrifice. Add another hit, so they get 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors. And 2 of the Oakland players left on base. So at the end of 3 here in the championship series, game number 1, it's Oakland 1, Detroit 1. Tigers 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. Oakland 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. The Tigers coming to bat in the 4th inning. Now let's tune in on Ray Lane.
All right, Ernie, thank you very much. Once again, hello, everybody. Duke Sims, the number 3 hitter, the Tiger lineup, will be the first one to lead off here at the top of the 4th inning. And Sims' first time up fouled out to Sal Bando off of third base. Duke's a left-handed batter. Likes to stand deep in that batter's box, facing the right-hander, Catfish Hunter. Here's the pitch. It's in too close. Ball 1. That one around the belt. Tigers have left 1 man on base, and that was in the 2nd inning. Up to 3 innings of hitting for the A's, they've stranded a total of 4, 2 in the 2nd and 2 in the 3rd. Hunter into the motion. Here's the pitch. It's outside to Sims. This one let her high, but wide of the plate, 2-0. Hunter, as far as percentage-wise, the best pitcher in the American League this year. Percentage-wise, with a record of 21-7 during the regular campaign. The 2-0 pitch to Duke. Fouls it off on a play behind the plate. Reaches the seats in the second deck. 2-1. Sims carrying a .313 batting average into this championship series. And the Duke, before the ball game today, while he had a chance, brought his home movie camera out and taking some of the shots of his teammates in batting practice. Flips a fly ball, a shallow straightaway center field. Jackson coming in, center fielder under it, and Reggie tucks it away. Had a long way to come as he was flying over in right center field, fairly deep. Duke Sims. 1 out for the Tigers in the 4th inning. That'll bring up Norm Cash, who stroked a home run over the right field fence, leading off in the 2nd inning. That was his 3rd home run off a Hunter this year. However, for Norm, his first home run since August the 13th. The pitch to him is a strike call. Breaking pitch, the hard slider on the outside corner. Cash, one of the leading hitters against the A's during the regular season. Hitting 3 home runs coming into this one and 6 runs batted in. Foul tips went off the mitt of tennis, and it goes back to the screen. 2 strikes, the count to Norman Cash. Outfield playing Norm to pull the ball toward right field. 2 strike delivery is outside. Fastball 1-2. Hunter working quickly here in the 4th inning, not wasting too much time. Now the 1-2 service. Ground ball to the right side, knocked down there by Kubiak. Fires the first in time, and there's the defensive play of the game up to this point. The ball hit to the left of Kubiak, the second baseman. Raising far to his left, a diving effort came up with the ball at the edge of the right field grass and had time to straighten up and fire to first in time to get cash. So there are 2 out for the Tigers. That'll bring up Willie Horton. Kubiak did not start in the ball game. But when Green gave way to a pinch hitter in the first inning, Kubiak then came in defensively in the second. It's doubtful Green could have made the play on that ball. Here's the pitch to Will. Pops it up, left side of the infield. Bando moves up on the grass, under it, and the third baseman puts it away as Horton pops out the third. So for the Tigers in the fourth, they go down 1-2-3, and after 3.5 innings of play, we still have a 1-1 ball game. Well, the big message board out on left center field with a big welcome. As it says, the A's welcome John E. Fetzer, owner of the Detroit Tigers. Go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. And the A's will be sending up their number 6 hitter in the starting lineup, Mike Epstein, the first baseman. Epstein, Tennis, and then the second baseman, Kubiak, due up. Epstein, his first time up, walked. That was in the second inning. Left-handed batter. Now Lolich deals, called strike. Fastball just below the belt. Now Mickey pumps the next pitch, curve outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lolich in between innings, as the Tigers batted in the top of the fourth inning, has put on a longer sleeve sweatshirt under the regular baseball top uniform. Bouncer down to Cash, 3 hops. He short hops it, steps on the bag, and that's all for Epstein. Out to the first baseman, unassisted. That'll bring up the catcher, Gene Tennis. And his play the last month and a half of the regular season enabled him to take the starting catching job away from Dave Duncan, who had played most of the season as the starter behind the plate. But Duncan, going into a severe batting slump, opened the gates for Tennis, who did a good job. Right-handed batter, chokes up in the bat about an inch. Tiger outfield in center and right, almost straight away. Horton shades a little bit toward the left field line. Tennis deep in the batter's box. Here's the pitch to him. Slow curve inside a low, ball 1. Now Lolich taking a little extra time as he gets the sign from Sims. Now into the motion. Here's the pitch. High fastball. 2 balls, no strike. I think, as we mentioned, sort of going through brief summary of both these teams before our broadcast today, before the game got underway, that one of the Oakland coaches talking about Tennis. The A's coach did not want to be quoted or his name mentioned. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Said the the A's really gelled and started to win consistently after they were being pressed a little bit by the White Sox in the standings in the West when Tennis came in as the starting catcher. He and Alou certainly gave the team a big lift at that point. 2-1 pitch. Fastball fouled out of play. Second deck. Right behind the plate. 2-2. The crowd estimated to be someplace between 30 and 35,000 this afternoon. And there's a lot of athletic activity taking place around this California area on this date. Big football game across the bay at Palo Alto with Southern Cal and Stanford getting together. Fly ball, left center field. Northrup comes on. He's there. Makes the catch. Jim getting a late start coming in, but got there in time. In addition to that Stanford Southern Cal game, just a few miles from Oakland at Berkeley, University of California entertaining Ohio State. So they were expecting 85 to 90,000 for that Southern Cal Stanford game, close to 55,000 at the California Ohio State game. Here's Kubiak, his first time up, and takes a call strike at the knee. Kubiak got into 97 games for the A's this year. Batted .205. Did not start the season with Oakland. Was a member of the Texas Rangers. And then came along with Don Mencher to this club. Strike called on the outside corner. Another fastball. Mid-July when Kubiak arrived on the open scene. However, he had been with the A's on and off a couple of seasons before that. And then traded out of the organization, and now he finds himself back in it. Fastball very wide, 1-2. Right-handed batter, even with a plate. Slightly open stance. 1-2 pitch hit on the ground and a hole into left field. Base hit. And Kubiak bounces one through on the left side between Rodriguez and Brinkman. That's the fourth hit off of Lolich. And it brings up the number 9 hitter in the batting order, the pitcher, Jim Catfish Hunter. Right-handed. His first time up, leading off in the third inning. Last inning, he bounced out to second base. Cash at the bag at first, trying to hold Kubiak close. Ground ball, one hop to McAuliffe at second. Flips over to Cash in time, and Hunter is out second at first. For the A's in the fourth, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on. And after 4 innings of play, it's still Tigers 1, Athletics 1. Tigers coming about the top of the 5th inning. Clouded up just a bit here in Oakland since the start of this ball game. Great visibility here last night as you could go down around the bay here in Oakland, look over and see the buildings of San Francisco, lights in the foothills. Here's Jim Northrup, fouls off the first pitch back into the seats behind the plate. 1 strike. Northrup, his first time up, single. That was in the second inning. Then was forced at second base on a ground ball off the bat of Rodriguez. Takes a strike fastball toward the outside part of the plate, just below the belt. So Hunter, working quickly, gets 2 quick strikes on Jim Northrup. The pitch to Jim, in too close to the belt. Fastball pushed him back 1-2. Northrup carrying a batting average for the 72 season at .262. Now the 1-2 pitch. This one popped foul and out of play into the seats on the third base side. 3-tier stadium here at the Coliseum. And between the second and third deck, a mezzanine section. And behind the plate, that serves as the press box, also the broadcast booth. A foul off the foot of Northrup bounces on the first base side of third territory, a foul ball. Fielded by Hunter. And Mr. Flaherty examines that baseball and keeps it in play. Well, a couple of umpires working this ball game today, Tigers have not seen too much of this year. One, Flaherty behind the plate, and the other, Art Franz, who is working the right field line. Now the 1-2 delivery. High bouncer to the left of Kubiak. Takes the ball at the edge of the outfield grass, flips over to first in time. And Northrup is out, bouncing second to first. In case you might have missed it, in the National League Championship Series, in game number 1, it was the Pittsburgh Pirates over the the Cincinnati Reds 5-1. Pirates beating the Reds 5-1. Browse the winner, Gullett taking the loss. And home runs in that game, Morgan accounting for Cincinnati's lone run of the game, and Oliver with a home run also had a triple for the Bucks. Bouncer off the bat of Rodriguez. 2 hops to Bando. Backhands it, fires to first in time. Good play by Sal at third base. 1 step to his right to glove that ball. And a perfect throw to FC. So Rodriguez is out third to first. There are 2 outs. And that brings up Eddie Brinkman. Hunter has been a tough pitcher since the second inning for the Tigers. He has hit the last 10 down in a row. Blankman hit the ball solidly. His first time up, lined out to the center fielder, Reggie Jackson. Lifts the fly ball to right center field. Jackson to his left there and makes the catch. So Blankman on one pitch flies to the center fielder. And for the third straight inning, the Tigers go down 1-2-3. After 4.5 innings to play, it's still a 1-1 ball game. From Oakland, California, Ray Lane and Ernie Harwell beating the first game of this championship series between the East and the West of the American League. As we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning, Cappy Campaneris has started off. And he fouls off the first Lolich pitch on the first base side out of play. One strike for Cappy Campaneris. He flied to right in the first inning, walked in the third, and when he drew the walk with one gone, went to third on a single by Alou and came home on the sacrifice fly off the bat of Joe Rudy. And that run tied up the game at 1-1. Cash had a home run for the Tigers in the top of the second. Next pitch to Campaneris is outside for a ball, 1-1. Cash protecting against the bunt at first base at the edge of the grass. Pitch to Cappy, high and away for a ball, 2-1. Rodriguez at third base, also at the edge of the grass. 2-1. Campaneris with a .240 batting average. Right-handed batter. Crouches at that plate. Stands away from the plate. Closed stance. Chokes up in the bat. Ground ball to the right of McAuliffe. Has it. Throws over to Cash in time to get the speedster Campaneris. Well, Cappy is out second to first, one down. That'll bring up Matty Alou. We'd like to send out a very special greeting and a big Tiger get well message to a young man at Children's Hospital in Detroit. And that is Casey Willer of Wall Lake. And all the Tigers sending their very best to young Mr. Willer. Here's Alou. He's grounded at first and singles. Bunts it on the first base side. Lolich quickly off the mound. Has it. Underhand toss to Cash in time to get Alou. Matty that time trying to drag the ball toward the second baseman to get it past the pitcher. But not hard enough. And Alou taking some verbal flack, I believe, from some of the members of the Tigers as he went past their dugout on the first base side, coming back to his home dugout. Turned around and shouted something back. I would imagine Tony Taylor might have been leading the cheers over there, trying to get on Alou. With two down, Joe Rudy steps in. Rudy, as you know, had his best season this year since arriving on the Major League scene. Pitch to Joe, strike toward the outside part of the plate at the knees. Rudy has the sacrifice fly to center field in the third inning. They got the A's lone run in. It's 1-1, and we're in the bottom half of the fifth inning with two gone, nobody on base for Oakland. Tigers 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. Oakland 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. The next pitch to Rudy. Change up, a swing and a miss. Joe started to take the stride. He held up with that stride, tried to time it, and missed the slow curve. That might have been the slowest pitch that Lolich has served up this year. Had time to run out of the box and run up on it. Now Mickey pumps. Two-strike delivery. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Lolich chalks up his first strikeout of the ball game. The A's go down 1-2-3. And after 5 full innings of play, Detroit 1, Oakland 1.
Might as well. Okay.
The Tigers coming to bat in the bottom or the top half of the sixth inning. And before Mickey Lolich steps in, let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tigers Baseball Network. ground crew came out and sort of smoothed out the wrinkles in the infield. Quick raking and brushing and changing the bases. And Lolich will start it off with the Tigers here in the top of the sixth. He'll be followed by McAuliffe and then Kaline. Nice telegram from the gang at the Porter Street Station in Detroit, wishing the Tigers the very best luck in this series against the A's. We would like to remind you that there are no box seats left for Tuesday's game at Tiger Stadium or Wednesday in game number 4 of this series, October 10th and 11th. However, there are some reserved and general admission seats left for October 10th and the October 11th game. And all of the bleacher seats for October 10th and October 11th remain unsold. But they will be put on sale as soon as the supply of reserved and general admission seats are exhausted. So better plan right now to get down there at Tiger Stadium and get your tickets reserved and the general admission ones that are available. Game number 2 of the series coming up tomorrow afternoon. The day off on Monday. Both clubs will work out at Tiger Stadium. And then game number 3 on Tuesday afternoon at Tiger Stadium. Lolich steps in, takes the first pitch at the knees for a called strike against Catfish Hunter. Mickey fouled out to Epstein his first time up. Lolich fakes the bunt and takes the strike. Got a fast curve. Breaking down and away to the right-handed batter. The Tigers have picked up 2 hits so far off of Hunter. The next pitch is wide for a ball, 1-2. Cash opened the scoring the game with a home run, his 23rd of the season. And then Northrup has the other hit, a single, that also came in the second inning. Bouncer to the left of Campaneris, moves up on it. Shortstop has it, throws to first in time. Well, Lolich is out short to first. First couple of innings, the Tigers hit the ball, Ernie, pretty well against Hunter, but he has been tough the last 3 innings.
Ever since the hit by Northrup, he's gotten everybody out now. That's 12 straight.
Here's Dick McAuliffe. He has fanned twice, 0 for 2, and foul tips the first pitch off the mid of tennis. 1 strike. Struck out of the first and again in the third. Takes one wide for a ball, 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch, a high bouncer that Kubiak, the second baseman, has, and throws to first. Dan McAuliffe is out, second to first. 2 down of the Tigers' 6. Here's Al Kaline, fly to left, and bounce to third. In the last couple of days, a lot written and said about Kaline and a muscle spasm. But Al, who took several swings in practice yesterday and again today, really feels just fine, 100%. Goes after the first pitch and lifts a pop-up on the left side. Campaneris in foul territory makes the catch. Bando had come over, but Campaneris had the better angle and made the play as Kaline fouls out to the shortstop. Again, the Tigers go down 1-2-3, and after 5.5 innings of play, it's still Detroit 1 and Oakland 1. We go to the Oakland 6th inning. And Reggie Jackson steps in. He is 2 for 2 off of Lolich. A pair of singles. Goes after a curveball, hits it on the left side. McAuliffe backs up, fumbles it, and drops the ball. Mack Letcher is left to the edge of the right field grass on a routine grounder. bobbled it, then picked it up and bobbled it again, and finally had no throw at first base. It'll be an error. Charge to McAuliffe, and that's the first fielding miscue of the game. Here's Sal Bando. Jackson, as you know, with all the equipment, great speed, good bat, great arm, but referring to that speed, keep an eye and see what Dick Williams might have in mind with this combination, with Jackson at first base and Bando at the plate. Sal is fly to left and fly to center. Swing and a foul tip back into the middle sim. Strike one. Fastball around the letters toward the outside part of the plate. Bando squares around, bunts it on the first base side. Lola tempered it. He'll go to McAuliffe, and the sacrifice bunt is good. As the bunt was laid down to the first base side, both Lolich and Cash converged on the ground ball. Lolich took it, and then after Cash got on the way, Mickey threw to McAuliffe covering the bag at first. He had time to get Bando with Reggie Jackson moving his second. Manager Dick Williams playing for the one run right now, getting Jackson in scoring position here in the bottom of the sixth. The batter, Epstein, left-handed batter. With Tennis, a right-handed batter to follow. First base being open, one down. Jackson at second base. The Tigers won, Oakland won. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Wide and low, ball one as Lolich curved Epstein on that first pitch. Mike ran third in the home run derby in the American League this year with Harmon Killebrew, each having 26, behind Dick Allen and Bobby Mercer. One ball, no strike. The count to Mike Epstein. Very wide again. This one a fastball, 2-0. He has not given Epstein anything to really consider on the first two pitches. What did Mike do yesterday to relax before this all-important series? He went out and did a little shooting. Target practice. Reggie Jackson at second base. One out for the A's and a 2-0 count to Epstein. Here's that 2-0 pitch. Yes, missing outside corner. Again, Lolich working toward the outside, away from Epstein's power. 3 balls and no strikes. Mike Stebby now looking down to his third base coach, Irv Noren, on the count of 3-0. Serving is high. Ball 4. Well, Lolich not taking any chances, did not give Epstein anything to swing at. And as a result, Lolich serves up his third walk. And the A's now with runners at first and second. Epstein at first and Reggie Jackson at second base. The batter, the catcher, Gene Tennis. He's fly to left and fly to center. Misses inside of the knee. Ball 1.
Tigers once again playing tennis straight away. The pitch to home is popped up behind the plate. It'll be out of play. Again, as we've told you so many times when we've been out here during the regular season the past 2 years, the way the backstop is set up here in Oakland, it goes up to cover, for the most part, the main first deck behind the plate. And with the second deck wide open here on fouls coming back. Now Lolich stretches, checks the runners. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lolich working very slowly and deliberately with these runners at first and second, and 1 out. Now Mickey at the slab looks into Sims for the side. Has it. Set. The pitch. Hard line drive to Rodriguez at third. Back to second, double play. A low line drive along 1 step, knee high to Rodriguez at third. Gloved it. Fired to McCullough back at second base in time to double up Reggie Jackson. The Tigers get out of the inning. No runs, no hits. 1 Detroit error, 1 man left on base. And after 6 innings of play, it's still a 1-1 ball game. Well, we saw the first double play of this ball game. They get the Tigers out of a mild Oakland threat there in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Tigers 1, Oakland 1. We go to the top of the 7th. And once again, let's call in Ernie Harwell.
Thank you, Ray Lane. Hi again, everybody. Duke Sims, the batter. Duke is 0 for 2. There's a foul off his bat, right back of the plate above the screen and in the seats in the upper deck. Strike 1 on Duke Sims. He has fouled to Caponeris, the shortstop. Wide to the center fielder, Jackson. Hunter and Lolich dueling away here in the opening game of the playoff series. And it's a 1-1 deadlock of the 7th inning. 2 great pitches against each other. Right-hander Hunter delivers. There's a fly ball left field going back. Rudy, he's there, makes the catch, and there's 1 away. That is the 15th Tiger to go down in a row. Hunter got the first 3 batters in the first inning, then Cash homered for the Tigers' only run and their first hit. Then after Horton fly to left, Northrup singled. Rodriguez hit into a fourth. After the single by Northrup, nobody has been on base against Hunter except for the 4th out by Rodriguez. So here's Cash up again, 1 for 2, a home run that put the Tigers on the board in the 2nd, and a bounce to second base that took a hit away from him in the 4th inning. The first pitch is outside for a ball. Kubiak made a good play on Cash in the 4th to toss him out on a close play. 7th inning, game tied 1-1. There's a fastball outside on Norm. Hunter trying to keep him from pulling the ball. He's thrown 2 fastballs toward the outside. 2-0, the count on Cash. Nobody on, a 1-man down. It's a 1-1 tie in the 7th inning. High and away again. Another fastball. 3-0. All those in about the same spot. The A's scored their run with 1 out on a walk to Caponeris in the 3rd. A single by Alou moved him to 3rd, and he came on home on a sacrifice fly off the bat of Joe Rudy. Now the pitch, and he takes the walk. There's a base on ball. The first walk off Hunter, and the first Tiger to reach base since the 2nd inning. And this is Flaherty, the old Marine, policing up the area a little bit out in front of the mound. Here's Willie Horton ready to step in. Willie's hit the ball deep to left for an out and popped up to 3rd so far. Game tied, 1-1. It's been quite a pitcher's battle between these two, Hunter and Lolich. Outfield deep to left now. The infield in double play depth on Willie Horton. Jim Jim Northrop waits on deck for the Tigers. Cash at first base, one man down. There's a high foul out of play, back at the plate, in the seat. Strike one, the count on Willie. Woody Fryman pitches for the Tigers tomorrow, and Blue Moon Odom will be on the mound for the A's. Woody has won 10 and lost 3 so far this year. There's a bunt by Horton. It's above the screen and back of the seats to foul. Strike 2. Odom this year won 15 and lost 6. Tigers have left only one man on base. The A's are left on base total is 6. Now Hunter out ahead of Willie Horton, the batter. Cash with a short lead at first. Epstein holding on the bag with him. Outfield around to left on Willie. Set by Hunter. Catfish delivers. Here's a cut on the miss. He struck him out on the third. The third strikeout. Catfish Hunter. And Jim Northrop, who has one of the 2 hits that Hunter has allowed, steps in now. The low line drive between Bando and Capaneris, the third baseman and the shortstop, and it came in the second inning. The outfield bunches Jim up towards center, and they play him about straight away. Cloudy skies right now. The sun's deserted us a little bit. There's a ball outside on Northrop, ball 1. Man on first, Cash. He got there by the base on balls. It's a 1-1 tie in the 7th inning. The Tigers trying to break that deadlock. And Northrop takes a curve that hangs high. 2-0, the count on Jim. Hunters have the Tigers hitting the ball on the ground a lot, and his infielders have been busy. Now the right-handed sets and pitches. Here's a strike called. A fastball blazing right through the letters. 2-1. Charlie Metro telling us on our pregame show that the best way to get the Hunter is to let him get behind on a hitter and then go for that 2-0 or 3-1 pitch. There's a ball low, and the count is 3-1. Tie. The Tigers at bat of the 7th. They've got 2 out on the man at first base. Cash to run at first. Now Northrop digging in to wait on Catfish Hunter, who sets and delivers. And Northrop swings. Is a foul out of play. Well, if you like the classic pitching duel, this is it. Hunter and Lolich going at each other. Tigers got a run of the 2nd. Oakland got a run of the 3rd. Neither team's been able to score since that time. Here's the 3-2 pitch coming. He takes a walk, ball 4. That is the 2nd walk, and each has come in this inning. Each delivered to a left-hand batter by the right-hander Hunter. And now Rodriguez, who came storming down the stretch with his bat, delivered many a key hit for the Tigers, has a chance to deliver one now with 2 men on and 2 men out. The game tied 1-1. Aurelio this afternoon hit in the 4th out on the ground ball to Campaneris at shortstop. That was in the 2nd. And then in the 5th inning, he bounced to his counterpart at 3rd, Bando. Fingers beginning to loosen up in the bullpen. And Blue starts to throw in the bullpen for the Oakland team. Rodriguez hits a high fly ball to lefty who should be caught. Rudy is there waiting. Makes the catch. Drives retires. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 2. We go to the last half of the 7th. Tigers 1, Oakland 1. 7-inning stretch here at the Coliseum in Oakland. And the bullpen's still busy for the A's. We mentioned that Blue and Fingers are throwing, and now the Tigers get their bullpen started. John Hiller, the left-hander, starts to throw, and Chuck Solbach, the right-hander. First time there's been any action in that bullpen. Kubiak, the second baseman, 1-for-1, stepped up against the left-hand pitching of Mickey Lolich. We've got a 1-1 deadlock in the 7th inning. The A's at bat against Mick, and here's the pitch. Kubiak takes a ball outside. Outfield around toward left, the infield back. Here's the pitch to the right-hand batter in too close. 2-0 to count on Kubiak. The voice you hear on the intercom is the press box, just identifying the Tiger bullpen. Here's the pitch. Kubiak takes the strike, a breaking pitch from Lolich, got across above the knees. 1-1 tie. Cash homer for the Tigers in the second. The Oakland got their run on a sacrifice fly by Joe Rudy in the third, getting Campaneris home from third base. Now the pitch, and it's a curve in too close around the knees. 3-1 on Ted Kubiak. Oakland has 4 hits. Single by Allure, 2 singles by Jackson, and a single by Kubiak. The Tigers have 2 hits, a home run by Cash and a single by Norton. The game has belonged to the pitchers so far. There's a pitch over for a strike, a breaking ball. Full count on Ted Kubiak. Bright and sunny again in Oakland. Kubiak waits on a full delivery. Here it comes. He swings fly ball right center field. Northrup going over in right center is there, makes the catch, and there's 1 up and 1 away. So Catfish Hunter, who's pitched a very strong game, will come up to face Lolich. Catfish, as a batter, has gone out the same way twice, each time to second baseman Dick McCullough. Here's a hand for Hunter. He's the top pitcher on the A's staff. Right-hand batter. Lolich, the Tiger left-hander, delivers. Here's a cut and a miss by Catfish. Strike 1. Still a little bit of a breeze. It's blowing out the plate toward the outfield here. Fastball wide, a 1-1 the count on Catfish. Bert Campaneris waiting in the on-deck circle. Abada Blue throwing in the bullpen. Fingers is taking a seat. Fly ball, deep left. It may go foul. It is a long one and a foul ball back in the left field seat. He gave that one a ride, so he pulled it too much. A long strike on Hunter. Now let's say that caused a little comment around the ballpark. 1-1 tie, 7th inning. The A's at bat against Lolich. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Catfish Hunter. Here's the pitch. He swings and fouls it away. And the paid attendance here in Oakland, 29,536. 29,536. Waiting on a 1-2 delivery now, Hunter. And Lolich checks his sign. Takes a little bit too much time, so the Catfish steps away from the plate. The wind-up, the pitch. Catfish swings a bounding ball to left for a hit. A ground single between Rodriguez and Brinkman, fielded by Willie Horton, and Hunter is on with a single. So Campaneris will be the batter. Campaneris
with a fly to right, a base on balls, and a bounce to second. It was he who scored the only run for the Oakland team in the third. When with one out, he walked up third on a single by Matty Alou and came home on Rudy's sacrifice fly to center. Cash holding on the bag with Hunter, who's got a windbreaker on. He's not getting much of a lead right now. After Campaneris, the batter will be Matty Alou. 1-1, the game tied. Seventh inning, the A's hit bat against Mickey Lolich. Mickey delivers. Here's a high fly ball to left. Coming in is Horton. He's there in the corner waiting. Makes the catch, and back to first goes Hunter. So Campaneris flies to left. That'll make it 2 down. The pitcher still at first base, and Matty Alou will be the next man to bat for Oakland. Matty has bounced the Cash at first unassisted, single to right. Little soft fly ball he dropped in front of K-line. And the last time up, he was tossed out on a bunt attempt by Mickey Lolich. Left-hand batting Alou, one of the famous Alou brothers. This one is Matty. Came here from the Cardinals. Fastball high. Started the swing in second. Joe Rudy waiting at the on-deck circle. 1-1 tie. Seventh inning. The man on first for the A's. They've got 2 away now. Lolich working slowly, goes to the belt, but it is. Here's a strike call. The Matty 1-1 to count on him. Second game of the series here tomorrow. Then the Tigers move back home. They'll have an off day Monday, resume action Tuesday at Tiger Stadium. 1-1 delivery. Alou swings and beats the ground foul over toward the Oakland bench. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on him. The DSR will conduct special park and ride service for all playoff games in Detroit. Northland, Eastland, State Fairgrounds, and Wonderland will be the starting points for those round trips. Price is $2.50 and $2. Depending on where you go, where you start from. Here's the pitch. Swing a little pop foul off of first. Cash digging hard. Will he get there? He does. Makes the catch. And the side retires. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1 man left. That at the end of 7 in Oakland. The Tigers won, the A's won. Now, really, that's a matter of opinion. Hang on now. We go to the 8th inning. The Tigers and the Athletics are tied 1-1 in the first game of the championship series for the American League pennant. Hunter and Lolich have been locked in quite a duel here. No scoring since the third when the A's got a run on the sacrifice fly by Rudy to tie the game at 1-1. Brickman, Lolich, and McAuliffe will be the first 3 scheduled batters for the Tigers in the 8th inning. Flaherty dusting off the plate for everybody, and we're about ready to resume action. Eddie's fly to center twice, and he takes the ball low. Ball 1 on Brickman. One run, 5 hits for Oakland, 1 run, 2 hits for the Tigers. Catfish delivers. Here's a foul on the screen. 1-1 the count on Brickman. Lolich waiting at the on-deck circle. Tigers with only 2 hits off Hunter. They both came in the same inning. The second, a home run by Cash to lead it off, and then after Horton fly to left, Northwood single. And the Tigers did not get a runner until 15 men later. There's a fly ball right center. May get in there. Jackson digging hard, and he can't get it. It's up against the wall. Brickman going for 2. Jackson fires the ball in, and Brickman has a stand-up double in the 8th inning. Eddie seemed to hurt himself, I believe, rounding first base. He twisted his ankle. He is now out at second base. Dick Strzelecki, the first base coach, coming out the top to Ed. Here comes Bill Beam.
Here comes Billy Martin, the Tiger manager. Ray, I was watching Jackson chase down the ball. Did you see him around first?
He made the turn at first base, trying to get in position to hit the inside part of that bag, and it just like his ankle buckled on him, and he almost toe danced his way across the bag, catching it. And then, knowing Eddie, he would have easily made a big turn at second base on that ball, plus having Jackson fall. But Eddie just had to take it easy, trotting down to second base. And now he has moved off the bag with time called, walking around, and letting Martin and trainer Bill Beam check him out. And certainly Eddie trying to check out to see just how bad that injury might be.
And while we've got a chance, let's pause for this message.
Hello there. This is Paul Winter. When I was a kid, all of my contemporaries...
And Lolich, the batter. A throw to second base on the pickoff attempt, hunted to Kubiak, but Eddie back standing. That little conference out there took quite a while, and then the Tigers decided that Ed should stay in the game. The Martin facing a dilemma there, because he would like for Brinkman, one of his most valued athletes, to be in that lineup. On the other hand, he does not want to aggravate the injury, so he's got to make his choice, thinking about that. Now, Lolich is getting ready to bunt. Everybody was charging in, and Hunter stepped off the slab, so Mickey's got to get ready again. He stood up twice, fouled to first, bounced to short. They're in very close on him. Here's the pitch. He takes the ball high. Ball one on Lolich. And the way the A's are playing the sacrifice, the way many clubs do at times, they've got the third baseman, Bando, charging in, and then Campaneris, the shortstop, comes over to cover third base. I think the usual way is for the second baseman to cover first, the shortstop second, and the third baseman gets back at third. The Tigers use this system quite often, too. Here's the pitch. Lolich swings away and misses, and the count 1-1. Fingers in blue getting busy again in the athletic bullpen. 1-1. The ball game tied to the eighth inning. Brinkman armed with a leadoff double. Lolich waiting on the 1-1 delivery from Hunter. Here it is. He bumps the ball. It's down the third base side and is rolling into foul territory. Dennis, the catcher, decided to let it roll. Brinkman had a pretty good spurt toward third base. Lolich running toward first. Then Dennis decided to let it roll, and it rolled about an inch outside the line. He picked it up. Lolich was in Dennis's way as he tried to get the ball. I think Gene's saying something to the plate umpire Flaherty about that. So now it's a 1-2 count on Mickey Lolich. The infield in very close. Epstein and Bando at the corners close. Joe Schultz will confer with the batter Lolich. Brinkman has started this inning with a double. He twisted his ankle rounding first base, but was allowed to stay in the game. He's not getting much of a lead at second at the moment. And the count on Lolich, 1 ball and 2 strikes, batting right-handed, waiting on Catfish Hunter. Here's the pitch. Mickey takes the strike. He's struck it out. High fastball. He's called out on strike. That will be the 4th strikeout for Catfish Hunter. Now, Dick McAuliffe, who's delivered quite a few clutch hits recently, has a chance at the moment with a man at second base. Brinkman representing the tie-breaking run. Mack at bat. He has struck out twice and bounced to second. And after McAuliffe, the batter will be Al Kaline. Man on second base, Eddie Brinkman. 1-1 tie in the 8th inning here in Oakland. Here's the pitch. He swings and lifts a high foul. It'll be out of play behind the screen and in the seat. Oakland, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. Detroit, 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error. The Tiger run came in the second. A leadoff home run by Cash. The Oakland run arrived in the third on a walk to Campaneris. A single by Matty Alou moving to third. And he scored on the sacrifice fly off the bat of Rudy. And that's been all the scoring so far. Set by Hunter. The pitch. is a ball outside on McCullough. A fastball he started to go for and checked his swing. Brinkman on second. Not much of a lead for Eddie at the moment. One man down. The infield is back. Here's the set of the pitch. It's a ball low. Tips the bat and bounced off the mid of tennis. McCullough checked his swing. The pitch was a little bit low, but it had hit the bat going by and then bounced off the mid of tennis. So the count will be 1-2 on McCullough. Lots of territory between the left fielder Rudy and the left field foul line. Brinkman with a slight lead off the bag at second. It's a 1-2 count on McCullough. One out. Game tied 1-1. Eighth inning. The pitch on the way. Swung on and popped in the air. Back in the short center. Campaneris going back. Jackson coming in. Jackson, the center fielder, puts it away. And Brinkman has to hold it second. So the man who hit the leadoff double, Eddie Brinkman, is still at second base. And now the 20-year veteran Al Kaline called on to try to deliver here in this clutch situation. 2 out in the eighth inning and a man at second. They're conferring on the mound Bando, Hunter, and Tennis, the catcher. This game's been as close as your next breath. 1-1, that's the score, eighth inning. Infield can back up. Sims is the next scheduled batter. Man on second, Brinkman. He led off with a double. Kaline without a hit today. Swings and fouls it on the screen. He took a pretty good river of that first one. Al is sliding to left, bounced to third, and pops to short in foul territory. The only run off Hunter, a home run by Cash, leading off the second. Pittsburgh beat Cincinnati in the National League Championship Series first game, 5-1. Catfish delivers a bounding ball right side of the infield. Glove there by Kubiak. So Epstein, the inning's over. The Tigers have a mild threat. Got the runners and a one-man left. We go to the last half of the eighth in Oakland. Tigers won the Athletics one.
Room was the Oakland. And then we had the game of several stars of the game. Home runs will be called 5 of the game.
Now the hands with Joe Rudy. He'll be leading off for the Athletics in the eighth inning in a 1-1 deadlock against Mikulovic. Rudy, the top hitter on this club, is fly to right. Fly to center. That got a run in it. It was a sacrifice in the third. And then the last time he batted in the fifth inning, he struck out. Lolich and Catfish Hunter have duel against each other all the way so far here on a very mild and sunny afternoon in Oakland. Game tomorrow will find Woody Fireman against Blue Moon Odom. The Tigers and the A's take a day off Monday. They resume action Tuesday at Tiger Stadium in Detroit. Lolich into action now, and Rudy swings it. It's a high foul. It'll be out of play down past the bullpen and the seats in right field. There are no box seats left for the Tuesday, October 10th and Wednesday, October 11th games at Detroit in the playoff series. There are some reserve and general admission seats left for the October 10th and October 11th games. That's for the Tuesday and Wednesday games. And all of the bleacher seats for those games are unsold, but they will be put on sale as soon as the supply of reserve and general admission seats is exhausted. Rudy hits a bounding foul past third base, and the count is strike 2 on Joe. Tigers scored first in this battle. Cash homered starting the second inning. That's their only run. And then in the third, the A's Reggie started on the one-out walk to Campaneris. A single by Lou got him to third. He came home on Rudy's fly ball to center. That's the way it's gone so far. The pitch to Rudy. He swings and taps the foul in the dirt. A changeup. He chopped the ball right back in the plate. Well, this is the type of game you might expect when Mickey Lolich and Catfish Hunter face each other. A brilliant pitching duel in game number 1 of the American League Championship Series. Pitchers have completely dominated the action so far. Rudy in that closed stance of his. Waiting at the plate. Lolich checks his sign with Duke Sims. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a ball in the dirt. 1-2. Joe Rudy was an outstanding athlete in his scholastic days. But he injured his hand. His hand was broken in a sound-out game, and most of the scouts who followed him gave up on him at that point. Now, he was signed by the A's despite the fact that he'd broken his hand, and their judgment was certainly vindicated. Here's the pitch. Change-up, swung on a bounding ball wide at third. Rodriguez gloves it. Throw to Cash. He is out. One up and one away. Bouncing out third to first. And Reggie Jackson, the cleanup man, coming to bat. Reggie has been on base 3 times in 3 trips. Twice on singles, once on an error by Dick McAuliffe at deep second. Left-handed batting center fielder, Reggie Jackson. Fred Sherman is throwing in the Tiger bullpen at the moment. And they had Selbach up earlier working, and also Hiller. There's a strike called. A breaking pitch got the outside corner on Reggie. Strike 1 on Jackson. We're in the 8th inning. The game tied 1-1 in Oakland. Here's a change-up in close. Jackson looked as if he wanted to get ready. He cocked the bat, but it was in much too close for him. And he let it go by. The ball's so slow, it's almost a blooper pitch up there for Lolich. Call. They waited for a hot dog wrapper to blow past the mound. 1-1 tie, 8th inning. Jackson the batter. The pitch is swung on and missed. He took a cut of the loaded fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Reggie. Bando waiting at the on-deck circle. Brinkman is full to the glove side, trying to cut that gap up the middle on the left hand of batting Reggie Jackson. He's waiting on a 1-2 pitch from Mickey Lolich. Here's the wind-up by Mick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on the curve. That's the second strikeout for Lolich. His other victim was Joe Rudy, so he's picked 2 pretty good ones to strike out, Rudy and Jackson. Here's Bando. He's fly to left, fly to center, sacrificed out on the bunt. Pitcher to second baseman covering the bag at first. Right-hand batting third baseman Bando standing deep against Mickey Lolich. 2 out, bases empty, game tied 1-1, last half of the 8th inning in Oakland. Fastball wide, ball 1 on Bando. Comes, he takes the curve. It almost hit him on the foot. 2-0 the count. Lolich has walked 3 and struck out 2. He's allowed 5 hits. Kicks from the middle. Here's the cut and the miss by Bando, and the count is 2-1. See you back at Tiger Stadium when the playoffs move into Detroit. First game there will be Tuesday. delivers. It's a bounding ball, deep shortstop. Brinkman way over, gloves it. Here's the throw to first, not in time. Eddie, I think, was hobbled by that bad ankle the way he handled himself. It looks as if he did not make the play as well as he might have had his ankle been in tip-top shape. Got over, managed to stop the ball, and he threw it on one hop to Cash. Probably even a perfect play could not have kept Bando off the first base. It'll be a single. 2-out single, and here's Epstein. Walked twice. The middle time bounced the first baseman Cash unassisted. That's the 6th hit for Oakland. Mike Epstein, left-hander batting first baseman, up against the left-hander Lolich. A change-up finds the outside corner. Strike one on Mike. Set by the Tiger left-hander. Epstein waiting at the plate. Another change-up hit into center field. And the base hit. There goes Bando checking in and holding at second. And Epstein waited for that change-up and timed it so he could hit a single in the left center. 2 men on, 2 men out, and tennis about it. I think we've seen Lolich, Ray, throw the change-up more in this game than any one single game all year.
Absolutely right, Ernie, and I don't know, maybe it's my imagination, but it looks like the changeup is slower than slow today with Mickey.
Yeah, we've seen a changeup that he's used before, but not one that took quite that long to get to the plate. Epstein at first. Bando at second. A couple of 2-out singles constitute a threat for the A's. They've got Tennis at bat. He's fly to left, fly to center, line to Rodriguez for double play in the 6th inning. Right-hand batter takes a curve on the inside. Strike one on Gene Tennis. It's the 2nd inning in which the Athletics have picked up a couple of hits. Their hit total has now gone to 7. Bando at second, Epstein at first. Tennis about it. Strike one, the count on him. Lolich to the belt now. Kicks into it is. Here's a ball high. And the count on the Oakland catcher is 1-1. Mickey Ready delivers. Here's a swing and a chip foul off the middle catcher Sims. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Tennis. Off the run is edging off just slightly now. Bando down out second. Mike Epstein a little larger lead off first base. 1-2 the count on Gene Tennis. Right-handed batting catcher waiting on Mickey Lolich. 1-1 tie, 8th inning. Here's the pitch. He takes a ball low. 2-2 the count on Tennis. Takes his time. Tennis waits on that 2-2 delivery. 2-on, 2-out, 1-1 tie in the 8th. Here it comes. He took it in too close. 3-2. Oh, this now will give the runners a chance to take off and go on a 3-2 pitch with 2 down. Wind is blowing out from the plate toward the outfield, a little bit toward left. Steps off the mound, goes to the back of the mound, picks up the rosin bag.
Bando leading off at second. Epstein leading off to first base. Tennis hanging in that batter's box, not getting out, waiting on the 3-2 pitch from Lolich. Here it comes. He swings and fouls it off. It hit him on the foot. The ball bounced back to Lolich. And Tennis is hurt. I believe the ball came down and hit him on the top of the right foot. He's down on his knees now. Got him on the inside of the knee, and Joe Romo, the trainer, has come out to check on him. He is seated just to the right of home plate, and here comes manager Dick Williams out. Tennis is on his feet again, walking in a semicircle behind the plate. And trainer Romo seems to think he's all right. It looks as if he'll stay in the game. Dick Williams coming up and having a last word to say to Tennis. Ready to resume action. 3-2 pitch, 2 out. Runners at second and first. Game tied 1-1, eighth inning. There's a throw over to first. Cash very wide of the bag. And no trouble at all for Epstein to move back standing up. Delbach, the Tiger right-hand, has started throwing again in the Tiger bullpen along with Sherman, has been working down there now for the last inning or so. 3-2 pitch, here it is. He swings and pops one foul back of the plate. Sims coming back, but it'll be out of play. And drifting over the screen and back into the seat. Bando headed back to second now, and Epstein back to first base. And Lolich has to go again to the mound to pitch 3-2 against the left-hand batting catcher Tennis. Mickey takes his time. The runner's edging off a little bit. There they go. The pitch is swung on and missed. He struck him out. And Lolich pulls out of trouble. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 are left. It's the third strikeout for Lolich. And at the end of 8 in Oakland, Detroit 1, Oakland 1.
To come.
The A's take the field now. We're going in the 9th inning with 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error for Detroit. Oakland, 1 run, 7 hits, and no errors. Hunter and Lolich, the 2 starters, still in there, dueling away. Tigers got a run in the second on a leadoff homer by Cash. Oakland scored off Lolich with a 1 out of the third. Campaneris walked, took third on a single by Matty Alou, and came home on a sacrifice to center field off the bat of Joe Rudy. And that's been the scoring. Nobody has touched the plate since. Duke Sims, 0 for 3 up there against Catfish Hunter. The Duke's been wiping off his glasses. Now he's ready, steps in. He's fouled to the shortstop, fly to center, fly to left. Swing, there's a base hit, right center field. Chasing down the ball now is Jackson. It's off the wall. Duke is going for 2, and he goes in standing with a lead-off double in the 9th inning. Sims doubles up the alley in right center. Brinkman doubled up that same alley in the 8th inning, and the Tigers couldn't move him around. Now they've got a chance with Duke Sims at second base and nobody down. Time called. Dick brings his glasses over to Dick Trubisky, first base coach. They have a slight conference. And the batter will be Norman Cash, who homered in the second. Bounced to second in the fourth. Drew a walk in the seventh inning. Tigers with their leadoff man on second base. Here in the ninth inning, 1-1. The game tied. Dick Williams walking slowly from the dugout toward the mound. He has Vida Blue, his left-hander, throwing in the bullpen. If he wants to go to left-hander. And he's had Rollie Fingers, the right-hander, working in the bullpen. Joe Schultz and Norman Cash are going to have a conference. After Cash, the scheduled batter is Horton and then Northrup. So it's a left-hander batter, then a right-hander, and then a left-hander, if you're thinking about that. And Mr. Williams is going to make a pitching change. He's going to bring in his sensation of last year, Vida Blue. And as Vida makes his way to the mound, we're going to pause here for a moment. And let's have this minute. Vida Blue taking his tune-up tosses, and the first man to face him is scheduled to be Norman Cash. And while he continues to get ready, let's take a station break. We'll pause here briefly for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
Yeah, it's got to put a new connector on it.
Vida Blue, the Cy Young Award winner of last year, when he won 24 ball games, this year has won 6 and lost 10. And he'll be facing Norman Cash in the ninth inning. The game tied 1-1. Sims at second. It's a fastball high to Cash. He squared the bunt, did not offer. Ball one, the count on Norman. Blue won 6 games, but 4 of those 6 victories were shutouts. And he had no record against the Tigers at all this year. 3 wins and no defeats in his lifetime against the Tigers. They've never beaten him.
Now they're looking for the bunt from Cash.
Vida, the left-hander, sets and pitches. And Norman bunts the ball toward third. It'll roll into foul territory. Touched there by third baseman Bando, and Sims all the way to third and has to go back to second base. Vida Blue, you remember at the start of the year, had quite a contractual argument with Finley, and finally signed, and signed late. He appeared in only 25 games this year. Won 6 and lost 10. He pitches. There's a bunt by Cash. A good one down the third base side. Bando fields it for the first, and the ball is dropped at first base by the second baseman Kubiak covering. On the third, safe is Sims. Safe at first is Norman Cash. An error charged to the second baseman Kubiak. It's a sacrifice for Cash, and no time at bat. And an assist is awarded to the third baseman Bando. The Tigers now have runners at first and third, nobody down. And the batter will be Willie Horton. And here comes Mr. Williams out again. He's had Fingers throwing in the bullpen, and Rollie Fingers is still at work in the bullpen. If he wants him to pitch the right-hand batting Horton, Williams looking toward the bullpen now. So far has not given a sign. There it is, and he wants Rollie Fingers. So Ray Vida Blue in for one man, and the man on first base through no fault of Vida's.
Almost, Bando made the perfect throw. It was a belt-high throw, and I think his throw came in hard, and Kubiak trying to find his foot on the bag. This was handcuffed by a perfect throw, and certainly Kubiak having to take blame for that blunder on that play. So Bartle Blue works to one man. He ends up at first base. Norm Cash. He gets credit for his sacrifice, and on air, then charged the second baseman covering that bag at first, and the big runner in Duke Sims at third base. And he belongs to the starter, Catfish Hunter. Roland Fingers has had great success this year. Tall, lanky, right-handed. And the first man he'll be facing, scheduled to be Willie Horton. Albert Billy Martin has called Horton back to the Tiger dugout, and Gates Brown has come to the on-deck circle. And meanwhile, while Gates gets ready, Roland Fingers tunes up out of the mound. Cash had gone back to the dugout, and Norm, who normally does not wear that batting helmet, turning the batting helmet back to the dugout, has gone back out of first base. First real break in the ball game for either side. I think we were talking the other night in that Boston series about when you get into a real critical situation in the series or in these playoffs, it might be just the one break you're looking for, the little blooper, or the error committed by the opposition. We'll see what develops for the Tigers right now. Gates Brown batting for Willie Horton.
Gates batting .230 for the year, the premier pinch hitter on the ball club. Left-handed batter, man on first and a man on third. Game tied 1-1, ninth inning. Nobody out. Fingers delivers. Gates takes a fastball low, ball one. Brown this year appeared in 103 Tiger games. Swings is a foul fly. It'll be out of play. Down back at third base of the seat. First time since 1964, his first full season that Gates has played 100 games or more. He now has 75 lifetime pinch hits, the most in American League history. Here's the pitch. He takes the ball wide. It's off the mid of tennis, but no advance. It's bounded slightly to the left. Man on third, Sims. Man on first is Cash. 2-1 the count on Gates Brown. Ninth inning, the game tied 1-1. Locker and Hamilton now working in the athletic bullpen. Fingers on the mound, the right-handed in set position, and the pitch is on the way. He swings his a little pop foul off the third. Sando going over. He has room, makes the catch, and runners have to hold on. Gates Brown pops to third. Runners still at first and third, and now there's one down. The batter will be Jim Norton. Northrop has singled, grounded to second, and drawn a base on ball. Conference at the mound. Bando coming out to talk with Fingers. Also Tennis coming out to talk to Raleigh Fingers. Raleigh has done a great job in relief. One of the top relievers of this era. Had 21 saves this year. Appeared in more games than any athletic pitcher, a total of 65. And now he's facing Jim Northrop. Man on first and a man on third. The game tied in the ninth inning with one out. The score is 1-1. The step by the right-handed Fingers. He pitches. Here's a bunt toward third. It'll be foul. They were sending Sims on the suicide squeeze. Northrop bunted the ball in the air, foul, and over toward the dugout. Sort of a semi-line drive. Well, the Tigers trying to squeeze them in. Unsuccessful on that attempt. Cash at first. Back to third goes Sims. Strike one, the count on Northrup. Tense, exciting moment in Oakland. The game tied 1-1. 2 men on, 1 man out. The pitch. He takes the ball outside. A fastball to Northrup, and the count is even on Jim at 1-1. Hunter started. Blue took over in the ninth inning. Fingers again in the ninth inning. That's where we are now tonight. Sims coming slightly down the line from third. Cash slight lead off first base. The pitch is on the way. It's a ball outside. He checked his swing. Pitching the fastball wide, low and away on North. And they count on Jim now 2 balls and 1 strike. Tigers have a chance to break the deadlock. Here comes Campaneris, the blue shortstop, over to talk with Fingers. Campy trotting back to shortstop. Epstein picks up a hot dog wrapper, crushes it, throws it down on the ground. Now here's Northrup waiting. It's a 2-1 pitch coming up to him. He takes the ball low. 3-1, the count on Northrup. Rodriguez waits on deck. The Tigers trying to break a 1-1 tie in the ninth inning. Not much of a lead for Cash at first base. Sims can't get off a third very far either. They're keeping their eye on him. Now Fingers is ready. He delivers. Here's a bounding ball to second, maybe 2 over to short for 1. Here's the relay to first. Double. Fingers does the job as the game is coming for the double play. Campaneris to Kubiak to Epstein. Side retired. No run. 1 hit. 1 error. 1 man left. And we go to the last half of the ninth inning. Detroit 1, Oakland 1.
This will be George Hendrick. That is for Kubiak, George Hendrick.
George Hendrick will be batting now in the last half of the ninth inning. He'll be batting for Kubiak, tall, slender right-hand hitter. Hendrick batting 182 in 58 games, and the Tigers at the point of frustration here in the last 2 innings as they've had their leadoff man double, and neither time was he able to get home. Brinkman did it in the 8th inning, and then Lolich struck out. McCall fly to center. Kaline bounced to second, and the Tigers had even a better shot in the 9th inning on a leadoff double by Sims. Cash was safe on the error by Kubiak, who dropped his throw dropped the throw of the third baseman Bando at first base on the sacrifice. The Tigers had runners at first and third, and nobody out, and could not score when Gates Brown fouled at third, and Northrup hit into a double play that ended the threat. So here is Hendrick, the tall right-hand batting Oakland A, up there to lead off in the ninth. Stanley playing center field for the Tigers, and Northrup has gone to left. There's a cut and a miss by George for a strike. He was shuttled between Iowa and the A's most of this year. Only 22 years old. This tall right-hand batting utility man waiting, and the pitch by Lolich is cut on a bounding ball to Brinkman. At short, he charges, loves it for the Cash. Hendrick is out by a step and a half at first base. 1 up and 1 away. Fingers, who did a sensational job there in relief to put out the fire. The Tigers at first and third and nobody out. He got him out without a run scoring. He'll be the batter. Fingers hitting .333, has 1 home run and 2 RBIs this year. Not to be taken too lightly up there with the batter in his hand. Right-hand batter against the left-hander Lolich. We've got a 1-1 deadlock in the ninth inning in Oakland. He swings and misses on a curve. Strike 1 on Rollie Fingers. Here's a bunt down the third base side. It's rolling foul. Gloved now by Rodriguez in foul territory for a 2-strike count of the pitcher. Well, each club's come up with a double play, and they picked a good time to have it. The Tigers had a double play in the 6th inning on a line drive by Tennis when there were 2 A's on base and 1 away. And the A's had the double play in the 9th inning when the Tigers had runners at first and third and 1 down. Strike 2 count on Rolly Fingers. Here it comes. He takes the ball outside. 1 ball to 2 strikes on the pitcher. We've got a 1-1 tie in the last half tonight at Oakland. Bert Campaneris waiting in the on-deck circle. Here's the wind-up in the pitch. He takes the ball low, hit in the dirt near the plate. 2-2 the count on him. Played minor league baseball. He was in the St. Louis Cardinal farm system for several years. Now Lolich ready to go to work again. The 2-2 pitch. Fingers swings at a bounding ball to Brinkman's left. He has it. Here's the throw to Cash. In time, and they're 2 away. 2 up and 2 down in the 9th. That means Lolich pitching to Bert Campaneris, the leadoff man who has scored the only run for the A's. Bert fly to right in the first. He walked from third. That's when he scored the run. He bounced to second in the 5th inning. He flies to the left field in the 7th. Matty Alou waiting on deck for Oakland. Outfield straight up and fairly deep on Campaneris. Little right-hand batter waiting. Here's the pitch. He starts the bunt and takes the fastball in close, ball 1. Checks out his time with Duke Sims as catcher. 2 down in the 9th inning. The A's at bat. The game tied 1-1. He takes the wide one, starting to bunt again. That was way out of his reach. Ball 2. Leaning in almost on top of the plate. Benefitti, he's waiting on Lolich's next delivery. It's a 2-0 pitch. He swings as a drive to left and will go foul. Bouncing in the bullpen of the A's and up in the seat. Struck that ball hard, but he pulled it too much. Have 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error. Tigers 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. 9th inning, 2 out, nobody on. Campaneris wants the ball. Out the mound comes Lolich. He has it. Is the throw to first. He got him on a close play. Died and retired. Lolich to Cash. And we go to extra innings in Oakland. In the 9th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. And at the end of 9, Detroit 1, Oakland 1. Extra innings in Oakland. It's been a dandy. 1-1. Lolich has gone all the way. Hunter, Blue, and Fingers have worked on the mound for Oakland. Now, the Tigers coming out of the 10th. It'll be Rodriguez to lead off, and we'll all enjoy hearing from Ray Lane.
Okay, Ernie, away we go as the Tigers started off on the top of the 10th. Rodriguez with his 4th official trip to the plate this afternoon. He is 0 for 3. In the 2nd inning, forced Northrup at second base, and then in the 5th, bounced to third. In the 7th, fly to left field. Cal Maxwell has come in to take over the duties at second base for the A's. As we start the top of the 10th, first pitch to Rodriguez low. So in the infield for Oakland, Bando at third, Campaneris at short, Maxwell at second base, and Epstein at first. Catcher remains Tennis. In the outfield, it's Rudy, Jackson, and Alou. Rudy in left, Jackson center, Alou in right. Roland Fingers, the third pitcher to work this afternoon for the A's, deals the next pitch, and it's outside at the knee. 2 balls and no strikes to Rodriguez. Aurelio steps out and looks down to his third base coach, Joe Schultz. The Tigers have 4 hits off the A's pitching so far this afternoon. 3 of those 4 hits have been for extra bases. Cash with the home run of the second inning. And then doubles by Sims and Eddie Brinkman. Bouncer to Campaneris' right. In the hole. Has it long throw to first base in time. Good play by Campaneris, displaying a strong throwing arm as he got that ball. So Rodriguez is out short to first. 1 down. That'll bring up Eddie Brinkman. Eddie opened up the 8th inning with a 2-base hit. However, he died at second base. The Tigers could not advance him. First 2 times up was out to the center fielder, Reggie Jackson. Line to Reggie in the second inning, then flied out to Jackson in the 5th. Pitch to him is low and outside. Ball 1. Started him off with a fastball. Fingers doing a whale of a job when he came in last inning with runners at first and third. Bounces one foul. This one back to the screen. With runners at first and third, in case you might have missed it, in the Tiger 9th inning. Fingers taking over. He got Gates Brown to foul out to Bando. And then Northrop to close out the inning, bouncing out into a double play. Now the pitch to Brinkman, a bouncer over the mound. Campaneris to his left, behind second base. Has it, throws to first in time. So Eddie is out short to first. 2 up and 2 away in the Tiger 10th inning. And that'll bring up Mickey Lolich, who's gone all the way on the mound for the Tigers this afternoon. Lolich at the plate, 0 for 3. Many times this season, during the regular campaign, when Lolich had hardly any runs to work with, there was a round for extra innings. And it's happening again here in this first game of this championship series. Takes the first pitch low, ball 1. That one rolling out of the mid of tennis behind the plate. All set to go now. The 1-0 pitch to Lolich is high. 2 balls, no strikes. The president of the American League, Joe Cronin, to the first throw directly behind the A's dugout and along the third base side. 2-0 pitch now to Lolich is there for a strike. Rather high curve. 2-1. The next pitch. Strike call, a fastball. Rather high. 2-2. Fingers working quickly. Right back on that slab. Looks in for the sign from tennis. And now the 2-2 pitch to Lolich. Here it is. Ground ball down the first base line behind the bag. Epstein with the bag. He never come on his feet. Hangs first base, and that's all for Lolich and the Tigers. Good play by Epstein. The ground ball down the first base line. Epstein with a diving effort behind the bag. Got to his feet. Stepped on the bag, and that was all for Lolich. Out to the first baseman unassisted. Tigers down 1-2-3 in the top of the 10th. As we go to the bottom half of the 10th, it's still a 1-1 ball game. Matty Alou will start off the A's 10th inning. Number 2 hitter in the lineup. And Alou has bounced to first, singled. Tried to bunt his way on, was out pitcher to first, and fouled out to Cash at first base. Matty, left-handed hitter. And the type of hitter that can really drive you crazy will go to all fields, can bunt and run. Line drive type of hitter. The pitch to him, slow curve, fly ball, center field. Stanley now to his left. He's there and makes the catch. Now Lou jumps on the first pitch to start off the A's 10th inning and flies out to center field. They had talked about Alou this year, in the last month of the season, and what fits he could give a third baseman, try to draw him in and then bounce the ball over his head. Once the third baseman would go back and play a deep position on him, he'd lay down the bunt. It didn't happen that time. Here's Joe Rudy. Rudy knocked in the lone run for the A's this afternoon, and that was a sacrifice fly out to center field on the third that brought home Campaneris to tie this ball game in the bottom half of the third at 1-1. Cash hit a home run for the Tigers in the top of the second. Lolich into the motion, slow curve, chop foul, bounces off the leg of Rudy and then to the right of home plate. 1 strike. After Rudy, Reggie Jackson. special hello and get well greeting to Mr. Kerber on the Saratoga Hospital as manager Billy Martin sends his very best to Mr. Kerber. Brakeman has moved about 5 steps to his right on Joe Rudy toward the hole. That's short. Pitch to Joe. Strike outside corner. Fastball. Rudy thought it was wide. A couple of quick looks to Mr. Flaherty, the plate umpire. Joe steps out, a handful of dirt, and paces around. Tigers, 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. Oakland, 1 run, 7 hits, and 1 error. The A's have stranded 9 so far in this ball game. The Tigers have left a total of 5 on base. Now the pitch to Rudy. Swing and a miss. Trying to check on a curveball that was down and in, out of the strike zone, and could not check in time. So Lolich records his 4th strikeout of the ball game. Second time he's got Rudy. And it brings up Reggie Jackson. Reggie singled his first 2 times up. Since then, in the 6th, he was safe at first base on the error by McAuliffe and struck out on the 8th. So Reggie 2 for 4. The only batter in this ball game with 2 hits. Takes slow curve outside, ball 1. Jackson was talking about Lolich and was quoted in the papers saying, "I like to get by myself before this first game and think about how Lolich has gotten me out, how he has pitched to me over the years I've known him." Now the 1-0 pitch, slow curve, check swing and a foul, rolling on the third base side past Coach Herb Noren. 1-1. Reggie that time jammed with a fastball. Out here in the A's 10th inning. With nobody on base, 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Reggie Jackson. Lolich into the motion. Here's the pitch. Fastball lifted in the air to left field. Northrup moves to his right, under it, and makes the catch. Jim battling the sun, but made the play. Jackson flies to left, and the A's go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 10th. And after 10 full innings of play, it's still Detroit 1, Oakland 1.
To commemorate the many years of modern Olympic competition.
Well, manager Dick Williams and Billy Martin of the Tigers has said that pitching would probably be the most vital thing of this series, and they are seeing that today, a 1-1 ball game as we go to the top of the 11th. Now let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
Your power station for sport.
The Tigers are setting up the top part of their batting order to face Raleigh Fingers here in the top of the 11th. McAuliffe, Kaline, and Duke Sims. McAuliffe hitless in 4 trips. Has struck out twice, bounced to second, and fly to center field. First time that he has faced Roland Fingers today. Lanky right-hander into the motion, and the called strike at the outside corner. Fastball just above the knees. Bad to a third base. Has moved to the edge of the grass, protecting against the possible bunt. Right side of the infield, deep on McAuliffe. Outfield shaded a little bit toward the right field side. Swing and a miss. On a pitch around the knees, curveball. 2 strikes, the count to Mack. Strike delivery. Called strike 3 towards the fastball and around the knees, and McAuliffe is caught looking. So Fingers records his first strikeout. Third time that Mack has gone down on strikes today. That'll bring up Kaline, who has hitless in 4 trips. Slide to left, bounce to third. Fouls to the shortstop and bounce to second. Jackson deep in center field, shaded into left center on Kayline. First pitch is low and outside, ball one. The next pitch, Al, bounces it foul behind the plate. 1-1. During the season, Fingers at one point in 7 relief appearances went 12 innings without giving up a run. And there's a foul off the foot of Kayline, just to the right of home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hunter started for Oakland and went 8 full innings and departed in the top of the 9th inning after he gave up a leadoff double to Duke Sims. So Hunter went to 8 innings, gave up a run, allowed 4 hits, walked 2 and struck out 4. Blue worked to 1 man in the 9th inning, and that's when Fingers entered the scene. And it's been Fingers ever since. Next pitch to Kayline, fly ball, deep left field. Going back is Rudy. That one might be, could be, gone, home run! Towering fly ball that cleared the fence in left field about 350 feet away from home plate. And Kayline's home run, giving the Tigers a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 11th inning. It means that Mrs. M. Gallus of Wilford Street in Detroit has won 2 barrels of Marathon gasoline. Ernie, we've talked about key hits that Kayline has had the last couple of weeks of the regular season, and once again, he has come through with a key hit.
Here's another one just over the left field fence, but just enough.
Duke Sims the next batter, and he bounces one foul down to Dick Trzeski, coaching at first.
Like he might have been an outside pitch. He got to reach the run and was still able to pull it.
Still pulled it, and the way Rudy was going back, I thought maybe he might have a play on it. He had gone right to the next to the fence, and just enough to carry over. Sims with a line drive out to center field. Reggie Jackson comes on. He can't make the play. He gets behind it. The bounces in front of him, then rolls to the wall. Sims on his way to second. Makes the turn at second. As Alou comes up with the ball, and Sims will go into third base standing up. Jackson seemed to have difficulties on that one, not gauging maybe the distance. He had moved to his left and then decided he'd have to hurry to come in. Tried to make the shoestring catch. And somehow did not get his glove on it. It bounced right in front of him and then rolled to the wall. That will be a triple for Duke Sims. That'll bring up Norm Cash, and it also will bring the infield of the A's up to the edge of the grass, with the exception of Campaneris, who's playing just about in the baseline at short. As Norm Cash steps in. Norm, 1 for 2 today. And that was a home run in the second inning. A pitch out, nothing happening, ball was. Cash in the 4th, bounced out the 2nd, walked in the 7th, and laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 9th. The Tigers lead, batting in the top of the 11th. The pitch to Cash, called strike. Fastball built high. A home run by Kayline here in the top of the 11th, breaking a 1-1 tie. And the Tigers knocking on the door again with Sims at third base. Pitch to Cash, ground ball. Maxwell at second. He'll go to first. No chance for Sims to advance from third. So Cash rounds out second to first, and Sims still at third base. 2 gone for the Tigers, and the batter will be Mickey Stanley. For Stanley, his first trip to the plate this afternoon. Horton started the ball game and batted in this number 5 spot. Went out for Gates Brown on the pinch hitting role of the 9th inning, and that's when Stanley entered the game in the bottom of the 9th. Took over the duties out in center field.
Mickey takes a slow curve called strike. Stanley, this year during the regular season, led the team with 6 triples. Also delivered 8 sacrifice flies. The sacrifice fly won't work here. There are 2 outs. Pitch to Stanley, low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mickey did not have much success in the hitting department against the A's during the regular season. Tries to check on a curve and can't check in time. It's a strike, 1-2. That pitch from Fingers breaking away toward the outside part of the plate on Stanley at the knees. Mickey carrying a .234 batting average out of the regular season. Sherman and Selbach throwing in the Tiger bullpen. Now the pitch to Mickey. Bouncer hit to the left of Bando. He gloves it, fires to first in time. And Stanley closes out the Tiger 11th inning, 3rd to 1st. However, Detroit coming up with a run on 2 hits. The big hit was a home run by Kaline. No errors, 1 man left on base. After 10.5 innings of play, Detroit 2, Oakland 1.
Dick.
Bottom half of the 11th inning, and the Tigers clinging to a 2-1 lead. As the A's send up Sal Bando to face Mickey Lolich, who has gone all the way for the Tigers this afternoon. Bando, Epstein, and Tennis in that order here in the bottom of the 11th. Sal with an infield single his last time up. That was in the 8th. Sacrifice bunt in the 6th. And in the 2nd and 3rd, fly to left and center. Now Rodriguez playing deep at third base on the right-handed batting Bando and about 2 steps away from the line on Sal. The pitch to him fouled back to the screen. Got a fastball around the letters. Manager Billy Martin keeping his bullpen busy, and Sherman and Selbach, a lefty and righty. 2-1, Tigers lead. We're in the bottom of the 11th. The Kaline home run in the top of the 11th, breaking the tie. Hard hit ground ball between Brinkman and Rodriguez in the left field. That's a base hit. As Bando opens up the A's 11th inning with a single. And we're going to get a pinch runner now for Bando as Blue Moon Odom goes to first base to run for Sal Bando. John Blue Moon Odom getting into this series a little bit earlier than expected. He is the starting pitcher, at least the probable starter for the A's tomorrow. But right now finds himself in a pinch running role for Bando at first base. Epstein, the batter. Tigers looking for the bunt from Epstein. The runner goes. Pitch one on. Fly ball to left field. That's a base hit. Odom stumbles and falls at second base. As Dorset comes up with the ball, runners at first and second. The A's had the hit and run on. Epstein hit a fly ball to shallow left field, and Odom was going on the pitch. Only one thing went wrong for Odom. He stumbled and fell just before he got to second base, and that prevented him from getting to third. Runners, however, at first and second for the A's, Billy Martin has gone to the mound, and we'll see if Billy wants to make a change right now. As Tennis, the catcher, is due up next. And the summit meeting between Lolich, Sims, and McAuliffe and Martin indicates he wants to make the change right now. It'll be the right-hander, Chuck Selbach. Ernie?
Mr. Martin right now will live or die by the bullpen. He's gone to Selbach. That's all for Lolich. And here's a hand from the Oakland fan for Mickey Lolich, who has pitched a strong game. I believe that Odom was trying to slide as he went into second base. It looked like he couldn't quite make up his mind. He made a half slide, and then it looked as if he might have tripped. But it's hard to tell from right here. We'll know after the game when they talk to him. But anyway, he stopped at second, and he might have made third under ordinary conditions because he was running on the pitch. It was hit and run. They eschewed the bunt and went to the hit and run in that situation. And now the A's are in a pretty good position. They've got runners at first and second and nobody down. The Tigers hold a one-run margin. And Chuck Selbach, who's been the hardest working pitcher on the Tiger staff, comes in to take over. This will be his 62nd game. Chuck has won 9 ball games, and he's lost 8 so far. Big, broad-shouldered right-hander, getting ready to go to work. And he'll come in with a situation that has Oldham at second base and Epstein at third. Selbach appeared in more than 60 games in that first full Major League season of his. 61 to be exact. He had 14 saves. That's also topped on the staff. And he saved the division clincher against Boston as he retired the 4 men he faced, coming in relieving Woody Fryman. And we're going to have a pinch runner now. Mike Hegan is coming in to run for Epstein at first base. So there are 2 pinch runners on. Boston good speed. Oldham at second, Hegan at first base, and it'll be between Selbach and Dean Tennis, the right-hand batting catcher. Tennis has been in key spots before in this game. He was up in the second inning with 2 men on, and 1 away, hit a fly ball to left field. And then Mangual came into bat and retired his side with a bounce out to third. Tennis, the third time he batted, was up with runners at first and second and 1 away and hit into a double play with a line drive to Rodriguez. He hit the ball very sharply, but right to Aurelio's glove. And then in the 8th inning, he came up with 2 men on and 2 men out, and Lolich got him on strike. So now he has a chance with runners at second and third, nobody down, facing Selbach, the new pitcher. And the Tigers will be looking for the bunt. All right, Ray.
They were looking for the bunt from Epstein, and he crossed it up, going on the hit-and-run play as far as being the batter in that one. And now, once again, the Tigers will look for the bunt situation from Tennis as Rodriguez moves up in the grass at third, Cash likewise at first. Tennis squares around, bunt on the third base side. Rodriguez up with it. Fires to Brickman, covering the bag at third. Back to first, double play. No, not a double play. Safe at first base. McAuliffe was not on the bag, but it looked as if he tried to put the tag on Tennis, and the first base umpire, Shylock, said, no, you didn't tag him. So it'll be a force out and not a double play. The Tigers get the lead runner at third base on some quick fielding by Rodriguez as Aurelio got the ball, spun around, and fired to Brinkman, covering the bag at third to get the force on Oldham coming from second. And then Brinkman's throw back to McAuliffe, covering the bag at first, was off the bag on the first base side, or under the home plate side of first. And it looked as if Mac tried to put the tag on Tennis, and Mr. Shylock said McAuliffe missed him. So 1 out. Runners at first and second. Hegan at second, and Tennis at first base. And a pinch hitting situation once again for the Athletics as Maxwell drew up there. Marquez has come to the on deck circle. Gonzalo Marquez. He opened this season at the AAA level at Des Moines. And then the first part of August brought to the parent club. Martin went out to check with Selbach. Chuck remains in the ball game. Marquez. I think we call him Marquez, and the A's refer to him as Marquez. Gonzalo Marquez. He's been used primarily as a pitch hitter. Left-handed batter. And in that pinch hitting role that he's had for the A's this year, 7 for 15, including 3 game-winning hits. That takes a slow curve from Selbach. Ball one. That was low. Dick Williams now with his bullpen busy. The left-hander Dave Hamilton throwing. The Tigers with Zachary and Sherman throwing in the bullpen. Mike Hegan, the runner at second. Tennis at first. And the pitch, a called strike to Marquez. Marquez claiming to Flaherty it was too high. A breaking pitch around the letters. Marquez, when used this year by the A's, finished up the regular season as a batter with a .381 batting average. Swing and a miss. Spinning all the way around on his follow-through. 1-2. Pitch around the knees. When called up on August 11th for Marquez, his first appearance in the major leagues. The next pitch to him, pop foul, it'll be out of play, drifting back into the seats on the third base side. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to the pinch hitter Gonzalo Marquez, batting for Maxville. Pitcher fingers due up there next, but Don Mencher has come to the on-deck circle. The pitch to Marquez fouled off again. He got a fastball that time and fouled it off. Pitcher on the knees. Despite the Tigers leading by a score of 2-1, the A's have out-hit the Tigers 9-6. Appearing in 23 games during the regular season for Oakland. The next pitch to him, fouled back to the screen. And Selbach poured in the fastball, belt high that time. Still 1-2. Home runs in the counted for the Tigers scoring this afternoon. Cash with a home run in the second inning. And Kaline with a home run in the top of the 11th. Time call now as Rodriguez, the third baseman, comes in to talk with Selbach, and now Sims goes out to the mound to check with his pitcher. And I'm certain almost that someplace along the line, Rodriguez knows something about Marquez. Has played against him during the winter ball. Field almost straight away on Marquez. Stanley in center field, shading a little bit into left center field on this left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Fly ball foul into the seats down the left field side. Again, he got a fastball. That went around the letters. New ball tossed out to Selbach. Did not like the feel of it and asked Mr. Flaherty for another one. In the bottom half of the 11th inning from Oakland's Coliseum. Tigers hanging on to a 2-1 lead. Here's the pitch to Marquez. Ground ball to right field. That's a base hit. That's going to score Hegan as he makes the turn at third. Kaline fires to third base. Slow out of time. He gets past Rodriguez. All the way back to the carrier. And the second run serves to the A's and won the ball game. Marquez with a base hit past Cash in the right field. That scored Hegan from second base. And then Kaline throwing from right field to third base, trying to get Tennis the ball coming in. Got throwing there to Kaline, trying to get Tennis at third base. And as the ball got past Rodriguez, Tennis came in to score, and it turned out to be the winning run. So, for the A's in the 11th inning, they come up with 2 runs. They get 3 hits. 1